Hello, guys. My name is Desmond, and I welcome you to my lesson for today, where we will be looking at your mathematics. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please do allow me to say it is very much important that I say it is very, very much important because Leslie, them are Leslie's. What I'm about to say, it's massively. Hey, massively important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say a day without learning something new, it's a day waste. Posisi way. Please, honorable member. Please. New Sheen. Please do make sure that by the end of each and every lesson that I conduct, you learn something new. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So, for the last time, can someone just indicate if all is clear on your side? If you can clearly hear me, and again, if you can clearly see over there, before we start with the business of the day. Ako, can you see there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 100%. So,
Yes,
as you can see there, Bantupakiti, this is what we are going to be doing in today's lesson. It's not really about having to do everything correctly. Let's just make sure that we make as many mistakes as possible. And most importantly, your participation will come in handy. So just make sure that you participate when necessary. Don't feel ashamed of giving wrong answers because that's how we learn. So maybe without any waste of our precious time, let's start with that first question and see what Hanan here saw. So remember, guys, this lesson is being recorded just in case if you are going to be experiencing load shedding very soon. Just be aware that you can still catch up. So we are actually trying to prove that the whole of this, it's actually equals to tan squared theta. So that's what we need to do. We need to prove that the left side is equals to the right side. So the question now is, are we going to try and prove the left or the right? You can see there's nothing much that you can do there, but more can be done on this side. That is why you are therefore going to say the left hand side, it is equals to, this is the one which is equals to 1 over cos squared theta minus 1. And this is what you're going to try to prove that it is actually equals to that. I'm telling you guys, with regards to proving identities, it's more like you are just simplifying this and you just need to get to a final answer which is the same as that. So it's more like a simplify in a different manner. But remember, guys, if for this term you are having it as a fraction, also fractionalize that one. You know, when you fractionalize, you just divide it by 1. Anything that you want to fractionalize, divide it by 1. Why did you have to divide it by 1? It's so that it's easy for you to know what is the lowest common denominator, LCD they call it. So LCD is the whole of this and the whole of that. But in this case, that's where, if you remember previously, I explained to you that if you have, let's say, 2 over 4 minus it could be minus or a plus. Let's say 7 over a, maybe let's say 3. Or let's not use big numbers there and say 2, so that it's easy for me to work it out without using a calculator. So if you are having this thing that you need to simplify, remember, this is what we're actually trying to simplify. So what is your LCD? In this case, you just combine these two numbers. So it is that thing where I said this thing is actually this, where you multiply these two at the bottom. What are those? This times that. What does it give you? This times that. Maybe let's not multiply and just say we combine those two. Can you see? This is what I've done there. Then you cross multiply, meaning you say this times that. What does it give you? You're having 2 multiplying 3. So whatever the sign that you are having, it could be a plus, it could be a minus. In this case, it's a minus. Then that means you will use that sign as it is. And then can you see, you do that by that, meaning you are still having 2, which is multiplying 4. Then that's when you can easily work it out. You say that by that, it's 6 minus that by that. What is that? I think that is 8 over that by that, which is what? Which is 12. Meaning this minus that, it's actually negative 2 over 12. And then what is that? I think it's negative 1 over 6 in the end. So punch all of this on your calculator and let me know if it gives you negative 1 over 6. If it does, it means this is our signature to all types of questions related to fractions. What does it give you when you punch it on your calculator? I'm not sure if you guys are using calculators or if you are using a calculator, but I think what I'm having here, it's a calculator. Mage, what are you getting there, honorable member?
Negative 1 over 6.
Negative 1 over 6. But now, do you understand how that signature works? Akanya. I see Jeremiah 29 verse 11 has joined. Jeremiah, I'm not sure if you started with the lesson, but I just want to check if you guys understand that. Busisiwe, does it make sense? Can we try to apply this on those type of questions and see how far we can go with that?
Yes, I think I can try.
Okay, let's try to apply that on those. Let's see. Because I'm telling you guys, once you know how to apply that, it's going to be very, very easy for you, even when it comes to functions, especially that part where you are dealing with a hyperbola, having fraction. Okay, let's see. So that means in this case, maybe let me do this. Yeah, in this case, we're going to start by that, which is that by that. So that means you are actually having it's obviously a 1 and also cos squared theta there. Then you do that by that, meaning you cross multiply. So you're having 1 multiplying 1. What is the sign in between? It's whatever the sign that is given. It's minus in this case. So that by that, you are actually having 1, which is multiplying cos squared that. So let's see, 1 times 1 obviously is 1 minus that by that. What is that? Bantu by t. Is it not cos squared that? The whole of that is being divided by that by that. What is that by that? Is it not a cos squared theta? I'm not sure. Did I lose you guys on that one, or are we still together there? Someone just to indicate if I'm not losing you there.
Question.
Luyanda.
Sir.
Yes, honorable member. You are recognized.
So I want to
Ngwana
ask why
Mameja,
one in what each
a
one
ke
and two
kgone go
cos
monna.
cos one theta. Okay, so in a why one cos squared theta over one cos squared theta is a divide. Is a cancelan.
Oh, okay. A very, very good question. A very, very good question there. So, Ngwana Mameja, always when you see a sign of a minus or a plus, either as the numerator or denominator, you never cancel. This is a very good question, Bantu Bakiti. The honorable member is asking if you are having a, let's say, plus b over a, let's say, a k. She's asking why can't you just cancel that and that? Then you have b over k. The reason why you can't, Matapelo, it is because of you having that sign of a plus or a minus.
Thing.
So that means this is actually different from or a plus or a minus. Manamage, asuku more boring.
Kesenaga she
Why kushisha no? So always it doesn't matter whether a plus or a minus is at the top or at the bottom. You never cancel. So you only do if you don't see that. But something very much important, Pantibakiti. So, Mzozozo, the main challenge with all of this is what the honorable member has asked about. Most of learners, they are not aware that when you have a plus or a minus at the top or at the bottom, you don't cross. And also, with them not knowing this, it becomes a bit of a challenge dealing with fractions. But this is what I want you guys to be aware of as far as this part is concerned. You need to always remember that. Let's see. Sec is 1 over cos, and then cosec is 1 over sine, and then cot is 1 over tan. Always remember this. The other thing that you need to know is that one matapelo, this one, it is the same as sine squared whatever angle, maybe let's say theta, plus a cos squared theta. It's more like a formula where they say 1 is equals to that. It's more like I'm saying 1 is equals to 2 divided by 2. So that means wherever you see 1, you can still substitute that. You are still correct. But as far as trig is concerned, there's a formula which says 1 is equals to all of that. It can be proven somehow. But most importantly, you also need to be aware that tan whatever angle is the same as sine a angle over a cos angle. Please either take a screenshot or write that down. Otherwise, you will catch it up. Most importantly, you therefore need to know that this is the signature that we use. Maybe let me just draw a very nice one there to say you're having a cross, and then you are having that. I'm telling you guys, this is all that I needed during my high school time in order to work out problems similar to those. So I'll just take that away and say, I'm not sure, Jeremiah, can you see we are having one there? So every time you have done whatever that you could do, and you now don't know where to start, what to touch, whatever, always try to check this. This is always going to guide you in terms of what you can do. let me do it this way, and someone is going to notice something. Maybe I'll try from this, work it out in two ways. Someone can say, I see we are having 1 there. And Deputy Speaker said, when you see 1, it means 1 is the same as sine squared theta plus cos squared theta. But can you see, I still have minus cos squared theta there. The whole of that is divided by cos squared theta. So can you see, it's more like cos squared theta minus cos squared theta. So those two cancel, and you remain with a sine squared theta over cos squared theta. And I think maybe, let's also include it here so that you guys will never forget that. To say, with regards to tan, you can still have a tan being tan squared angle. That means it is going to be equals to a sine squared angle over cos squared angle. And maybe let's include that somewhere there. So every time when you practice, always have that. And if you do it over and over again, you will end up not needing that. So can you guys see that actually this ratio, it is there, which is equals to what? Tan squared theta. So that means finally, that's when you can say the left hand side is equals to the right hand side. Otherwise, someone would have said, actually, the whole of this is the same as sine squared theta. How do you know? It's because if the equation of the formula says 1, it's equals to sine squared that, cos squared that. That means if you take, let's say, a cos to the other side, you transpose. It's more like you're having 1 minus a cos squared angle. So that means this is equals to sine squared angle. Or if you take sine to the other side, you're going to have 1 minus sine squared angle. Then that means it's equals to cos squared angle. So that means when you see cos squared angle or sine squared angle, just know that it is the same as that. And where is that coming from? It's coming from you knowing that 1 is equals to the whole of that. It's just a matter of you taking the other to the other side. So that means straight away, instead of you breaking down that 1 into those two, one could have said the whole of that. I know very well that it is actually equals to sine squared angle, which is over a cos squared angle. So that means you skip all of that straight away. You move to the step, and then you say finally that is equals to tan squared angle. I'm not sure. Do I need to take out a verse? Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Do I need to take out a verse, or does it make sense to everyone?
Makes sense, sir.
That makes sense, sir.
100%. So very quickly, let's try to move on to the next one, because these are the little things that you need to fully understand. I'm telling you guys, once you understand those, when you get to your class, you will understand these things better. Maybe let's try if we can work out this one, which says tan that, that, the whole of that over that. We're actually trying to prove that this thing is equals to cos of an angle. I'm not sure if Lebandla la Kankulunkulu is able to notice that actually this thing is the same as what? Is it not the same as sec angle? So just bear in mind that that it is equals to that. But most importantly, you need to be aware that when you are given something similar to this, where do you start? You always want to break tan if it is there. Let me say fraction. if it is there, tan if it is there, 1 if it is there, sec, cosec, and then cot, cos squared, angle, sine squared, angle. Please write down a list of this or take a screenshot of this. Every time when you have a problem that you need to prove, you look for fractions. If they are there, you know that's your starting point. You look for tan. If it's there, you're going to break it. You look for 1. If it's there, you might need to break it. You might not need to break it. But maybe let me put it as the last one, because sometimes it forms part of the answer and you don't need to break it down. Just like here, you will need to prove that the whole of that is equals to 1 over cos. So that means 1, it will need to be there and you won't need to break it. So let me do it that way. Why am I telling you this? It's so that you have an idea of where to start when you're given a math problem. So I'm just going to now remove the whole of that. Then we start working out. Because sometimes you can see they are working something, but you don't know why are they doing what they are doing. How do they know that they must do that? Who told them where to start? So now, can you guys see? Even though I can see a tan, it is there, I'll still need to work it out. 1 may be there. But based on that list, do I have a fraction? Yes. The left side, it is the one that has a fraction. So I'm going to try simplify the left side to make it the same as that. But most importantly, fractionalize each term. Fractionalize each term. Why do you have to fractionalize that term? It's so that we can now apply our sign. Let's see, according to our sign, that by that. So that means you're actually going to say this and that. It's more like you're saying 1, you are combining it or multiplying it with that. Then you're going to say that by that. What are you getting when you do that? I think you are obviously getting tan angle into the whole of that, being a 1 plus sine of an angle equals a plus. Why plus? Because it's a sign that we are given. That's how I know that I have to use a plus. Then we have done that by that. Now we do this by that. What is that? Obviously, it is that one there, and then you are having cos of an angle. Then on our next step, we break down the bracket. So let's see, that by that, that by that. So that means you are tan of an angle, and then here you are having, can you see, a sine is a plus. So that means you are having a tan of an angle, which is multiplying sine of an angle. And then plus that
Sorry,
by
sir.
that, it is the same as cos of an angle. The whole of that. Multiply that by that by that, you get 1 plus sine of an angle. I'm not sure if Batubagiti, you realize the value of that sign. Are you sure, honorable member? You can smell how powerful that Akana.
I think I have a network problem on my
Luenda.
side. I can't see you clearly on my side. I don't know if it's me or it's your side, you know.
Same, sir. I can't see the screen.
Sir, I can't see the screen
Okay.
at
Then in that
all.
case, I need to quickly do something. Let me do this, and then let me do that. How about now? Still the same. You also can see. You didn't. Can you see,
No.
honorable member?
No, sir, I can't see anything.
Me
Okay.
neither, sir. I can't see anything.
Okay, let me leave and then I'll be back. Just make sure not to make noise while I'm gone. 2 minutes, I'll be back. Nudin, were they making noise, honorable member, while I was out?
No, sir.
Okay. So can you see now? Is it clear? Can you see? Can you hear me?
Still unclear from my side.
Still unclear.
There
Jeremiah?
is no there.
Sir, I can't see anything. All I see is your profile picture.
Okay. Let's see. How about now, honorable members? Still the same.
No screen, sir. It's a profile picture only.
Let's see. How about now? Is it clear now? Mzozozo, can you see there?
No, sir, nothing. It's only profile picture.
Yo. Eudine, also on your side, you are not able to see honorable member.
No, sir. I can't see anything.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I will just end this lesson, then I will start it again immediately. Don't go away. I'm just going to end same time restart.